Hello, I'm Deborah Henley, the founder of Vivacity Consulting, which aims to bring life to work and work to life. And I'm also a facilitator, a trainer, soon to be author of my book, Your Leadership Story, which is about how to use your life experience to influence and inspire. And now I suppose I can add yet another thing to my overloaded bow of activities, because I would also describe myself as a concept creator for events and workshops. And this all came about in an unexpected way. An organisation were looking to launch their leadership programme at a big leadership conference that they were running. And they wanted this launch to be exciting and innovative, and not just a sort of HR-led PowerPoint presentation of this new approach, but instead something to demonstrate that it had complete buy-in from their executive committee and their CEO and all their senior staff, and it was something that had been devised by them and come out of them, and the launch should feel exciting and fun. And so they were an organisation called the Storytellers that they had been working with. Very kindly referred me. I haven't actually worked with the Storytellers, but they look to be a fantastic organisation from what I see. And the Storytellers put the company HomeServe in touch with me, and I worked with their HR to innovate an event. And our starting point was to have an event with absolutely no chairs. So as soon as people walked into the conference, instead of seeing 120 chairs all laid out to just sort of sit in and a PowerPoint presentation ahead of them, instead there was moving lights and music, and they came in not knowing quite what to expect. And we had 3 half-hour sessions, and what we did was we used video, which was little 2 or 3 minute video clips. We used music, but the core thing was to have a ringleader on a small round podium stage as opposed to one big stage at the front. So people gathered round, and then he asked questions, and there would be a running mic and a spotlight, so that those answering the questions would suddenly be in the spotlight themselves. So there was a sort of frisson of excitement there about that, about the idea that you might get picked to speak. And in addition, there was a construction experience. So they have 3 aspects to their behaviours, and they have a house for a logo. And so I had everybody getting bricks, writing down their experiences or their own understanding of these 3 aspects of their behaviours, and building little houses, and we made some foam roofs to go on top, so that ultimately they created a logo, and they had written on each brick what each of the houses meant. So we had a house of integrity, a house of courage, and a house of persistence, covered in their ideas for what those things mean to each leader practically in the workplace. So it was a sort of a fast-paced, fun session. But I think what was really important for me was I found myself in absolute flow. I found myself in flow working with my video team, who were absolutely brilliant. That's Cloud9 Media. Look them up for any video needs that you might have. And we worked together just beautifully. We interviewed the CEO, we shot a board meeting, we created some other really fun things. And had some pacey videos. And then I worked with a great event team, that's Titan Film and Events, who did all my AV and tech. And then I just had 2 wonderful people, Zoe and Jennifer, working on my team. But also I've got to say that the client were fab. The client were, from start to finish, really supportive of new ideas, encouraging. They were ready to take a risk. We just went for it. We had some ideas. We didn't know whether they're going to work, but we had an experiment, and off we went. We were at Excel, and this was one part of a greater conference. But I understand that many of the delegates found that this our event was the one that they loved the most. So I've got to say that it was just really rewarding. And I wrote the script. I coached the CFO who stood in at the last minute because the COO was ill to be our ringleader. And even though I'm normally a speaker and I'm normally the one standing at the front of the room facilitating, in this case I was the one devising it all and writing the script. I mean, it harks back to my earlier days when I used to devise the concept for events and design and deliver events. But that was a long time ago, and I've suddenly found that this is really something I love doing again. And also I have a past history in filmmaking, and so I brought in the filmmaking element. But overall, I've got to say that what I loved most was giving people a wonderful experience, an experience that they'd come into a room, they didn't know what was going to happen, and they were changed by it at the end. And I also just loved working with the client in this case, and everything just felt in flow. So that was my experience. I wanted to share that with you because I think it's so important that we find activities to be that enable us to be in flow when we're working. And this was just one such case for me. And if anybody wants more event concepts developed or leadership programs rolled out, designed and delivered, I can still speak at the front of the room or create videos for you or write the script and all be part of that, then please get in touch. So I'm Deborah Henley, and have a wonderful day.